Now, let's establish a timeline here. In her April 27th review of the Nikki Tutorials X Ofra collab, Tati spoke out for the first time about her breakup with Too Faced as seen here.
I myself have decided that I'm not putting Too Faced products on my channel anymore. I don't think the company has great ethics. I don't really care for the vibe and what they stand for, and I think their company actually is very two-faced, and I've never come on and said anything negative like that about a brand, but this is the first time that I'm doing it. You guys know I keep it real, and I'm never going to give you a false review, but I felt like that palette, for whatever reason, just put me in such a bad space. I was still really happy to support a fellow YouTuber that I respect and love, and I did enjoy the palette, but it was like a whole big thing. So I'm not gonna make like a rant video as to why I don't like the brand anymore, but there have just been too many things that have happened and too many experiences that I have personally had to feel like I want to support them anymore. So yeah, me and Too Faced were broken up. You won't see them on my channel anymore in the future.
Tati was vague in her reasoning for disassociating with the brand in April 2017, but shed more light on the situation in her November 29th anti-haul as seen here.
I know you guys are all waiting for it. You're wanting to know if I'm going to purchase any Too Faced to review on my channel because they have come out with, you know, some pretty cool looking stuff, but you guys know I've been very vocal. I have said that I am not supporting the brand here on my channel anymore. I do not like talking about drama on my channel. That's not what I'm about at all. But I think at this point, enough of you have asked, like, what happened with Too Faced? Why do you not want to support them? Is it because of Jeffrey? Is it because of Nikki Tutorials? It's neither. It actually boiled down to not even me not liking their makeup. Like, I actually like their brand. I think a lot of what they have is cute. But when I went to the Peach Party launch, this was about a year ago, I had a really poor experience one-on-one with Jared Blandino. It was very embarrassing, very humiliating. He treated me with disrespect. I just could not get that out of my head, that someone who runs Too Faced, this mega brand, would invite me to his party and I would show up and support and then be treated like that. It was just really gross. It left bad feelings in my stomach. I cried on the way home. Like, I was so just like, ugh. At that point, I was like, I can't deal with this. I don't support that. I have given the brand so much love. Like, I had loved on Too Faced so much on my channel. I'd done so many dedicated videos. And you know what? At some point, you have to just cut ties and be like, okay, there's lots of makeup out there for me to review. This did upset me. It made me feel bad. And because of that, I am choosing to not give my energy and my support to this company and to this person who made me feel horrible at an event that he invited me to. So that is it. That's the tea. And we're just gonna move on.
This brings us to John Cookian's December 19th video wherein he claims he has exclusive images, statements, footage, and an exclusive story he's been waiting to share, that being what really happened between Tati and Too Faced. In the video, John states that he recently met one of the founders of Too Faced Cosmetics, being Jared Blandino, who personally invited him to the grand opening of their first freestanding store in London, which is particularly interesting to me considering that he toggles between referring to Jared as Gerard, and Jared throughout the entire video. You'd think, being personally invited by the co-founder of a major makeup brand under the Lauder umbrella, you'd show a little more respect and at the very least address him by his proper name. Anyway, I can't speak to whether John was personally invited by Jared or not. I do know that he attended the grand opening of the London Too Faced store, as he was seen very briefly on Too Faced's IG stories before they deleted the post due to backlash. He also posted this picture he took with Jared on every one of his social media platforms. Anyway, in his video, John indicates that the feud between Tati and Too Faced stems from the 2016 Too Faced Sweet Peach Party, which Tati also confirmed in her anti-haul video. John goes on to say that he had an exclusive eyewitness who was at the party and saw the whole thing go down, while flashing a picture of Tati and Kelly Strack on the screen, alluding to his eyewitness being Kelly. In my opinion, this was very calculating on his part, but I can confirm that I have spoken with Kelly and she advised that she has never spoken to John, nor has he ever reached out to her for a statement. Anyway, John says, according to an eyewitness, not sure if he's referring to Kelly or not at this point, but his understanding from this eyewitness was that Tati approached Jared at the party. Jared said hello, but he, quote, didn't know who she was that well, end quote. Also, according to his inside source, Tati apparently felt, quote, personally offended because she was invited by first name in the invitation, end quote. Now, in the beginning of his video, he said that there were 25 exclusive packages that were sent to influencers wherein Jared appeared on video and personally addressed each influencer by name, inviting them to this party. He further stated that this is where Tati may have interpreted this personalized video as being personally invited by Jared, because in her anti-haul video, she said she had a really poor experience one-on-one with Jared, who, quote, made her feel horrible at an event he invited her to, end quote. According to John, his supposed eyewitness and his inside source, Jared didn't know who Tati was when she approached him, and she was insulted by that. Now, I will be totally honest and say that I have heard this rumor as well. However, my understanding is that there were 50 personalized invites that went out, and they weren't exactly as personal as they could have been perceived to be. I was advised that Jared was told each individual name to say for each invite, and that he didn't know everyone he was supposedly personally inviting. It was a nice touch, but it could have been misleading to those on the receiving end. As for John's exclusive images and footage, as far as I can tell, that was simply his own Snapchat footage from the London store opening and not exclusive footage from the Sweet Peach Party. While I was speaking with Kelly Strack, she advised that she had done a vlog of the Sweet Peach Party, and that is where the images of the party he used in his video came from, including the one of her and Tati. Now, in a shocking turn of events, following John's video, Tati took to Twitter to address the issue. She wrote, @JohnCookie, in your source, in brackets, I'm guessing Jared's sister Lisa gave you twisted facts. That's not what happened at the Peach Party. Jared does know who I am, as I've spent time with him when he personally requested I attend a private dinner in his home in September 2015. She also attached a photo of her and Jared together, I assume at the private dinner she spoke of. She followed that tweet up with this one, attaching a September 15, 2015 email invite to said private dinner with the caption that reads as follows. Sad, cause I already put this to rest. I didn't react when Lisa was slandering me on her IG or when other gossip videos were made. I actually regret bringing it up on my channel, but I also feel the need to defend myself. I'm not gonna read the invite. If you're interested, you can just pause the video, but what was Tati referring to when she said Lisa was slandering her on IG? Well, Lisa, who is obviously Jared Blandino's sister, posted this photo of Tati and Lisa's daughter-in-law's cousin, who also appears to be Tati's best friend. The photo was taken at the Two-Faced Sweet Peach Party, and in the caption of the photo, Lisa wrote, anyone see tears? Anyone? Hashtag Sweet Peach Party, hashtag boom, hashtag truth teller, hashtag girl bye, hashtag ego, hashtag just anti-hauled her, hashtag receipts, hashtag I woke up sassy. Interestingly, in the thread under the photo was this comment by someone who said, @Makeup Princess, I was 3 feet away from where Tati was blessed with meeting Jared. She was greeted just like all other attendees, which must be where Tati's ego was shattered. No special treatment, got you salty, LOL. I don't know who this person is to Lisa, but I've blocked out everyone's handle as Lisa's account is private. Another comment that was sent to me actually, which I'm assuming is from Instagram, was from a smaller influencer named Alina Roche or Alina Roche. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly, but she said, Jared has only ever been warm and nice to me from the moment I met him. It didn't matter my follower count or my status in the influencer community. I was at that party. It was massive with lots of things going on. There were a variety of guests, not just YouTubers, so it's understandable not to know everyone. Also, she kept saying he invited me. Does she really not know how these things work? There's a team of people involved with these events. She made it seem like he called her up and invited her. I just can't with people these days. Now, to be fair, I'm sure if you asked people how they felt about Tati after meeting her, they'd have good things to say as well. Lisa actually recently added a comment to the thread saying, I feel awful. I don't think Tati understands we have social departments who handle all things to do with influencers. Jared doesn't personally create guest lists or invite anyone, and he meets thousands a year. I feel awful he didn't remember her, but he never said anything unpleasant to her. He greeted her with a hug and a hello, and she told her friend right there, referring to the friend in the photo, that she was mad that Jared didn't give her attention, and for that I'm sorry, but don't lie. In response to a commenter who said, @Makeup Princess, why does she need Jared's undivided attention anyway? Is she the center of the universe? He's a very busy man. Why can't she just enjoy the party and stop acting entitled? Lisa said he honestly feels heartbroken about that part. A phone call would have cleared everything up. I don't want to hurt anyone, I just won't allow slander. Okay, so back to Tati addressing John on Twitter. As I was saying, Tati shares this photo of herself and Jared together, presumably from 2015, proving that he did in fact know who she was a year prior to the 2016 Sweet Peach Party. Now, I'm told by my source that even though they had met before, being that a year had passed between meetings, Jared simply didn't remember her as he obviously meets a lot of people. Whether that's true, I don't know. Whether Tati was insulted and felt as though Jared should have known known or remembered who she was. I don't know, as I obviously wasn't there. But if that were the case, I would probably be insulted and embarrassed too. What would have made this entire thing less stressful for everyone is if Tati would have gone the distance with the story and said exactly what happened rather than going 85% of the way, leaving people to speculate. Having said that, I'm sure she never anticipated it going this far. In my opinion, Lisa also shouldn't have gotten involved, as it's not her tea. I think Lisa is very passionate about Two-Face for obvious reasons and very protective over her brother. We will never truly know what happened, but I'm sticking to what I said in my previous video, being that I don't think Tati would speak publicly about a company if she didn't have good reason. That's not something she does on her channel, and maybe that's why the issue is such a big deal. I respect Tati's work ethic 100%. It is extremely difficult to do what she does on YouTube. I know people have questioned her integrity recently, being that she publicly disassociated herself from Two-Face because she didn't agree with their morals, yet here she is in a brand new friendship with Jeffree Star. To be honest, I kind of get where people are going with that. She has said in the past that she hasn't had a bad experience with Jeffree, and maybe that's how she justifies her friendship with him to her fans, whereas she has had bad personal experiences with Two-Face and Jared. Tati went on to tweet, "Guys, I don't hate @JohnCookie, and I don't hate anyone for that matter, but what I do hate is being lied about. Just reached my boiling point. Please don't feel the need to name call in defense of me." To which John responded and said, "When did I lie about you?" He also took to Snapchat to vent about the situation, which I'm not going to include, simply because I don't want to give him anything for grounds to copyright strike my video, but he said, and I quote, "Tati tweeted out that apparently I'm a liar, and then I tweeted her back and was like, ugh. I actually did a video from your videos and built a timeline, so where's the lie? Can you please quote me, give me a timestamp?" And then she tweets out saying, "No, he wasn't lying, John wasn't lying, his source was lying." And I'm like, okay, you've got my number, you could have called me and told me, I would have changed my video. Go and cause drama, that's cute. Now, I do have this snap saved in case he decides to say that I'm lying, but let's just go through this. Tati never called John a liar. In her first tweet, she said, and I quote, "Your source, in brackets, I'm guessing Jared's sister Lisa, gave you twisted facts. At no point did she call him a liar." He misinterpreted her saying that she doesn't like being lied about to mean that he lied about her, but naturally he goes on Snapchat to say that Tati tweeted out that he was a liar. Secondly, Tati has his number. I'll tell you exactly what happened. After Tati addressed him in tweets, he likely messaged her and said, "This is my number, let's talk." And thirdly, how the fuck are you gonna change a video that's already live? And then he goes on to insinuate that she just wanted to cause drama. Good night, sir. I don't know if they ended up talking or messaging, but Tati ended her tweets by saying, "Now that I've cleared up the whole Jared didn't know who Tati was mystery, I'm ready to move off the subject. I never called @JohnCookie a liar, I just let him know his source was one. I feel better having set the record straight. The story ends here." There you have it, you guys, the entire update. If you follow me on Twitter or listen to my live streams, you'll know that I've been very vocal with respect to this issue, but obviously my reach on YouTube is far greater than Twitter and you now, so I feel compelled to put this in a video in hopes of keeping the matter current. I do intend on making an in-depth video on this topic, but as I said, it's going to take me some time to gather the receipts and put them all together. I want to make one video and one video only and then continue on with my channel. However, something happened this morning that I want to make you all aware of. This is something that I don't believe can wait, so I apologize for the black screen, you guys. I know it's not aesthetically pleasing, but in this case, it's the message that's important. Now, for some brief background, in case you guys are new to this issue, John Cookian put out a slanderous and defamatory video calling my friend Peter Mon a pedophile, which there is absolutely no truth to whatsoever. The video is currently unlisted on John's second channel, More Cookian, and only accessible through a link he provided on his Twitter account. To my knowledge, the video is still active despite Peter and the public reporting the video to YouTube for harassment, tagging and tweeting at YouTube, dozens of videos made in support of Peter, a petition to get John off of YouTube currently sitting at around 10,000 signatures, and major influencers speaking out on the matter. I will go into detail about everything in my upcoming video, but as most of us know, John Cookian has a history of making serious career-ending child grooming allegations against people he falls out with. The first person on YouTube, that is, that faced these allegations was Sanders Kennedy. Then, last year, it was me and Thomas Halbert, and now it's Peter Mon. Speaking from experience, going through something like this is terrifying. I didn't know if I'd ever recover from these false allegations made against me. The hate I received daily from people calling me a child predator and a rapist was unbearable, and this was at a time when everyone loved John and I was very new to YouTube. I had very little support, and on top of everything, I couldn't even speak on the issue, 1, because someone else was involved who was extorted for money by John, which is illegal, and 2, because John immediately silenced me with a cease and desist, which was in fact valid. As I said, I'll get into this in detail in my upcoming video, but when I saw that this was happening all over again to my friend Peter, I was not going to sit back and let him go through what I did, and I will continue to use my platform to talk about the issue and try to get the message out, because this is not drama. This is someone trying to ruin lives, and he should not be allowed on YouTube. In fact, in my opinion, John should be charged with extortion and sued for defamation. Anyway, for those who follow the John saga, you'll likely be aware of a YouTube channel called The Josh Show. I personally hadn't heard of this channel until the creator, who I presume goes by the name of Josh, started making videos about John Cookian. Josh had 2 videos live on his channel with a 3rd on the way. In fact, Josh reached out to me on December 24th to inquire whether I had any receipts on John that could be used in his video. On December 27th, I woke up to DMs of screenshots taken from the Josh Show's Twitter account as seen here. He wrote, "I've been fighting depression for nearly 2 years and being accused of being a pedo and linking names to mine that could put in danger my kid. For your stupid revenge is enough. Goodbye everyone, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Love you." Followed by, "You have no idea what you have done, but I forgive you because I'm done. I cannot do this anymore." I went to his Twitter account and clicked on the link to his YouTube channel and got this message that said his channel was closed and no longer available, which means that it was deleted. Now, apparently, according to some commenters on Twitter, Josh had allegedly gone on Snapchat and said that John had contacted his employer and told them that Josh was a pedo, as in pedophile. The snaps were apparently deleted 10 minutes after they were posted. I did not see the snaps, so I cannot speak to whether they existed. In my live stream, I asked if anybody had seen the snaps, and nobody had. As far as I know, the snaps were the only evidence linking this matter to John Cookian, but because I haven't seen them myself, and because I haven't seen anything to support John's involvement, although John does have a history of calling people's employers, I can't say that John was involved in this instance. I'm not saying he wasn't, I'm saying there is nothing that I am aware of aside from hearsay to suggest that he was. If a snap is produced, that's a different story, but until then, as much as I despise John, I wouldn't attach him to this yet. It's worth noting that after reading Josh's alarming tweets, I did reach out to him as I, like many, were concerned for his well-being. I did not receive a response. Last night, being the 27th, I saw a series of tweets from one of Josh's friends who posted the following to Twitter. "You guys, I got an email from someone saying they're Josh's counselor. Please come on you now, I'm fucking oh my god shaking. I need to talk to someone please guys, Jacob isn't home and I am freaking out, it's about Josh." Someone claiming to be at the Josh Vlog counselor contacted me saying Josh is dead. I am shaking, this cannot be real. I emailed back asking for proof of his identity. I hope this is a troll. I joined her stream and she was very upset and crying, but said that she had been contacted via email by someone who claimed to be Josh's counselor, saying that he was dead. She advised that she replied to the email but hadn't received a response in hours due to time zone differences. She also said that she Googled the supposed counselor's name and apparently came up with nothing. At this point, people started questioning the legitimacy of the counselor and the entire story, as there is a site, which I will link below if you want to check it out, with extensive receipts and allegations against the Josh Show, including but not limited to going by various aliases, plagiarism, harassment, threatening, and scamming. I do not know whether these claims are true. As I said in the beginning, I know nothing of this man other than the fact that he made 2 videos about John. During her live stream, when questioned about her friendship with Josh and the last time she spoke with him, she advised that she received concerning and quote-unquote vague messages from Josh earlier in the day but wouldn't elaborate on the content. Subsequent to her stream ending, she posted the following to Twitter. "I do feel dumb for immediately losing my shit, but when you receive concerning messages, then this, it's easy to fall for. I will not believe it entirely until I have an email of confirmation of identity from the quote-unquote counselor." Later that night, she provided an update on the situation also via Twitter and said, "They emailed me again. The source seems legitimate. They gave me some info that seems very specific. I won't say anything more until they call me. I want to be sure before we all freak out again. They now have my number. Also, tomorrow I'm going out of town to celebrate New Year's Eve, following our tradition for 4 years now. I won't be on here much, but you best believe as soon as I have confirmation of troll or not, I'll let you know. This is no joking matter. I reached out to her as well and haven't received a response, but I noticed that people were coming for her because she automatically believed what was said in the email. I mean, I think anyone would react the same way. She doesn't deserve to be ridiculed for saying whether the news is true or not. Look, you guys, I hope this is a troll and that Josh is safe. I know that a lot of you guys have messaged me concerned for his well-being, wondering if there was any truth to this, and I honestly don't know. All I will say is that if there is no concrete evidence to associate this issue with John, we should not be pointing fingers, especially in a situation as serious as this. I think there is a bigger issue here, and this is not something that I will continue to follow. I know as human beings our natural reaction is to want to help and protect, but this situation is far greater than me. I hope you guys understand. Again, I hope this is all a hoax or a troll because the alternative is unfathomable. I will be continuing on with Peter in pursuit of justice with respect to John Cookian, and I encourage you all to keep this going, keep retweeting and reporting the video to YouTube, keep the petition going because we never know whose hands it may end up in. We can't let the issue fizzle out because inevitably that's what's gonna happen, and he will get away with this once again, and I refuse to let that happen. I'm afraid if John continues on making baseless accusations against people in an attempt to ruin their lives, the next person may not be as strong as Sanders, me, Thomas, or Peter, and I don't want to see that happen. Please continue to spread the word. Thank you guys so much for watching. My in-depth video on John is coming soon, and then it's back to regularly scheduled beauty drama. In a nutshell, Tana Mojo uploaded a video to her YouTube channel on April 2nd, 2018, explaining that she would not be attending VidCon 2018 due to the fact that she would not be a featured creator. She goes into detail about the benefits of being a featured creator and how it would have alleviated some of the issues VidCon faced with respect to her and safety issues in the video, which I'll link in the description box below for those interested. At the end of that video, due to her negative experience with VidCon, she proposes hosting a free meetup in Anaheim the same weekend as VidCon 2018, which eventually turned into TanaCon. On May 26, 2018, Tana announced the details for the first ever TanaCon via Twitter. The event was set to take place on June 22nd at the Anaheim Marriott Suites, which to my understanding is located across the street from where VidCon was being held. In terms of tickets, there were 3 tiers available. Featured Creator, which was essentially free, Featured Fucking Creator or VIP, which was $65, and General Entry, which was $40, all of which sold out. The entire event was planned in under a month, tickets were massively oversold, and the venue only held up to 1,000 people. That's right, some of the largest creators, each with millions of fans, were set to appear at an event spaced with a max capacity of 1,000 people. What could possibly go wrong? Let's start off with day 1, which was Friday, June 22nd, and by the way guys, I did my best to try and gather accurate information, but there were so many versions of what actually took place, so please bear with me. I did speak with a few attendees with first-hand knowledge of the situation so that I could get a better understanding of what really went down. Apparently, registration for the event was set to take place on Friday morning at 9 a.m. as you can see in this screenshot, which was the original schedule. On Thursday night, which was the night prior to the event, Good Times, which was the company Tana partnered with to host the event, announced via Twitter and email that registration would now begin at 6 a.m. rather than 9 a.m. and advised attendees to arrive early. Everyone showed up early, some as early as 3 a.m., yet they didn't start setting up the ticket stand until 8 a.m. and the doors didn't open until 10 a.m. Now, apparently there was only one line combining people with the limited quantity of free tickets with the ones who paid for VIP or general admission tickets, which logistically makes no sense. You'd think the people who paid would take priority over those whose tickets were free. The event space was allegedly the size of a small hallway, which could hold a max capacity of up to 1,000 people. According to Tana's tweet, they sold 5,000 tickets for a capacity of 5,000. I'm not sure where she got her numbers from, but they were already over capacity by 4,000 before the event even began. Add 15 to 20,000 unticketed attendees coming over from VidCon in combination with Tana encouraging people to just roll through, this is what you get.
This is the meet and greet check-in line. This is crazy.
We were there too.
What? So you end up right here, but you start way back here. I am lost for words. TanaCon just went crazy.
Bro, you start like even farther down there.
I didn't even see that. You start.
Oh wow, I look absolutely hideous. Maybe because I've been in the parking lot. I've been in this line since 9:30 and it's now 1:36 p.m. half of TanaCon is over, and there's still a line of 20,000 people here, and the capacity for the thing is 700, so nice going with the math people. And this is absolutely ridiculous because everyone is in this hot parking lot with no bathrooms, no water, no food, no nothing, so that's just freaking awesome.
Guys, we were in line for almost 5 hours, almost 5. And we got really sunburned.
Like, do you see the difference in my face and my body?
Like, we were in the sun for 5
Oh, it's fine.
hours.
And I didn't give us
and
any
now
water.
we're tomatoes.
So it's great.
No water.
Some random girl handed me a bottle of water.
They just canceled it. They just canceled the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
Everyone's just swarming. Everyone's swarming.
What's happening? It's closed. They're not letting anyone else in today.
When they said it was canceled, everyone ran up and attacked, and they're freaking screaming. Crazy.
You have a hotel card. Tomorrow the event will continue. Can you guys be quiet, please? Please, 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 let me talk. I want you guys to know what's going on, so I really need you to be quiet and listen to me. Tomorrow the event will continue. It will be here, and we booked another venue a block away that will hold thousands and thousands of people. Where? Continuing with that, if you registered already and you have your badges, hopefully the badges that you paid for, if you have them around your neck, you will be able to get in right away. There will be none of these lines. There will be none of these lines over here at all. But if you did not register yet and you are in line all day and have not got this badge, we were working on tweeting and emailing times that you can come back and get these badges tonight, or you can get them tomorrow. And we will tweet and email the times. Please, please, please follow either the Good Times Show or Tana. Somebody will tweet it out, and you will have full explanation and specific times. One more thing. We are beyond, this is literally crazy to look at. I know our team at Good Times and Tana and the rest of the creators poured their heart and souls into this event to make it. Okay, that's fair. That's valid. Your feelings are valid. We understand you're frustrated, but I can speak on behalf of the creators and our team that we put so much work into this event to make it possible and for you to meet your favorite creators. And I apologize it did not go as planned today, but we are going to do everything in our power tomorrow to make that happen. The creators are beyond excited to meet you and are going to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
So after the announcement was made that they were canceling day 1 and resuming the next day with a second venue to accommodate the crowd, Tana came out to take pictures with fans along with Bella Thorne and Elijah Daniel, among others.
I never expected 20,000 people to Happy birthday! A few thousand tickets, and there were like 1,000 free tickets. And then 15,000 people showed up. Outside. And I never Thank you guys so fucking much on a real level waiting for fucking with me. I didn't expect 15,000 people to show up. Straight up. Like, it's nuts, right? Like, literally, I sold 1,000 tickets, so we have fucking free tickets.
Later that night, Tana jumped on Instagram Live to address the issue. I'll include her entire deleted IG Live here for those interested, otherwise you can just skip it.
Hello, everyone. I'm getting a lot of questions as to what's going on Twitter right now, and I thought it would be better just to go live on Instagram. Today, the first half of today, I should say, went so incredibly, and it was everything I could ever dream of and more. But obviously, when you have your first convention, shit can go crazy. And so I just want to start off by just saying, because it's kind of going to be the mission statement of this entire live, is that this venue held 5,000 people, and so we put tickets up online, the majority of which given to people were free ones, and then obviously we had a VIP ticket for sale, which, you know, like 1,000 people bought or whatever's going on. And we had all 5,000 people, close to at least, inside of TanaCon today. But halfway through, 15,000 people. Please imagine, like, the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, imagine 15,000 people. The biggest show I've ever done was 4,000 people in Australia, and it was a festival, you know what I mean? Or 5,000 people or whatever. And I've never seen 15,000 people in my entire life, you know? They originally told me VidCon was expecting 30,000 people, and then they obviously, like, they didn't sell out or whatever, so it only ended up being around 20,000 people. And then to find out that 15,000 of those 20,000 people, or I don't know, people in Anaheim, whatever, came to the outside of my event. And this parking lot's big, but it's not 15,000 people big. There's nothing, even in Anaheim, that can hold that much people. I mean, I guess other than where VidCon is being held, but obviously I can't hold my event there. And started, can you call, well, hold on. Keep getting phone calls, sorry. Rushing the event center, rushing the venue, which is crazy. Like, I never expected in a million years that 15,000 people would want to show up to my event. And of course, we had free tickets at the door this morning, but then the whatever amount that was sold. And now these 15,000 people are in line with all the VIPs, pushing them, rioting, you know, fucking saying that they have tickets. And that was the biggest problem, people making fake tickets, showing up, whatever. And so that made it difficult for any other VIPs outside that were actual VIPs to get inside. And obviously we're doing our best, though, to make sure that every single person being let inside was going through a double, triple security pass so that all of our creators felt safe. You know what I mean? And so that makes the line take longer. But then when there are 15,000 people rushing, it's crazy. When I got told that and saw videos, I just started bawling. Like I never would have thought in a million years that would happen. And so obviously when that happens, what are you going to do? Let a riot happen and let, you know, no. So we get fire marshals, we get security, we get every single person that we can to come and get those 15,000 people, you know, away, because that's not even like a safety hazard or unsafe. That's crazy. That is recipe for something crazy to happen. And I don't want that to happen because I love you guys. So, yeah, a few hours, we decided to cut it where it was, and everyone still did their stuff pretty much. I did pretty much everything that I was supposed to do today, and I just want to let you guys know as well, like, people always make room to speculate and say a bunch of stuff, but I want you to know that today, TanaCon was everything inside that I said it was going to be. I told you I wanted inclusivity, and to have met so many of you guys today telling me that you feel welcome here and you're happy to be here, and to have all of the creators fucking coming up to me telling me that they're so happy that the fans are so nice and security's so nice to them and they feel so safe and so well taken care of and that they're so happy to be here and that they've never been treated like this at an event, etc., is everything I wanted for the way that me and so many other creators were treated at other conventions. But the bottom line is guys, I realize that I have a lot of followers, but I'm always going to feel like the girl in my room with 100 fucking subscribers. So for 15,000 people to show up outside, and I credit that to my amazing line. I'm not even like me, but I'm just saying, to host that event and to be TanaCon, the Tana of TanaCon, and people be freaking out about that. It's like, what do? You freak out. You go into, you know, go mode. Everyone needs to be safe, because the last thing I want is for someone to be hurt. I just never fucking thought 15,000 people would show up, and that's the bottom line. So a part of me is sitting here like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I never thought this would happen. I want to cry. I'm like, the fact that many people fuck with me enough to come, I've never felt that in my life. I've had crazy moments, but nothing like that, you know? And then the other half of me is like, okay, this is awesome, but these 15,000 people are inciting riots and, you know, faking VIP tickets and all that kind of stuff. What do I do to fix that? And so in my opinion, I felt like it was better to right now make everything safe and either today go to another venue that holds a lot of other people and do a free show with every single person on my lineup and all that kind of stuff, and then tomorrow resumes normally. But what we're thinking for tomorrow is either a bigger venue down the street or a bigger venue down the street with an entire show festival lineup, and then keep this venue here and have that for panels and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want any creator to feel unsafe. And I've told every creator going tomorrow, if you feel like that's too many people and you have anxiety and you're stressed out, like, I don't want to put you in that kind of position, and I will take the, you know, not fault. I mean, there's nothing you can do about 50. Like, I had no idea. No one had any idea, and we're handling it the best way that we can. But anyways, so yeah, if the creators are stressed or whatever, I don't want to put them in any position where they feel like it's work and they have to do something. I only want to have creators there, I guess, that, you know, are okay with it, and I want to make sure everything's safe. So we just talked to the head of the Anaheim police force, which is insane, and are just quintupling security for tomorrow, and we're gonna have to probably cap people coming outside, and probably have like an area for people who are only ticketed and people who aren't ticketed yet, to make sure that everyone who got a ticket gets in and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's very quick to have a lot of drama, and I want you guys to know today was incredible. Like, the wedding was so incredible. Doing everything I got to do with Emma was so incredible. Lena and Adam doing that kind of stuff was so incredible. Having all traditional creators here from VidCon, like Gabby and that kind of stuff here today was incredible. The Vlog Squad, they're fucking awesome. They have been so great as well. Like, it's awesome, and I don't know, ever think this was possible, and I just want to let you guys know that I am so grateful, and all of your creators are so happy. Today I had so many creators show up from VidCon and tell me that VidCon was, if they saw any creator with a TanaCon wristband, they were cutting off their VidCon wristband and banning them. So many of your favorite creators today were banned. My leg is bleeding, that's awesome. We're showing up to VidCon and getting banned and coming back and being like, we love you and we fuck with your movement so much that we got banned from VidCon. We don't think that's fair. And that's fucking crazy. And yeah. So everything is cool. If anybody wants to ask me any questions right now, I want to answer any question. But I just want to, I know I keep saying it and I hate doing that, but it's just like, what do you do when 15,000 people show up outside? Like, they told me, you know, we think it's going to be 5 to 10,000. VidCon has 18,000 to 20,000, you know. Who would have, like, what? So does that mean there's 3,000 people left at VidCon? I don't even understand. Like, so we're either going to release an address to a new, bigger venue and continue programming normally. I just want to let you guys know right now, from what I'm hearing, is every person who's ticketed should be able to get everything that their ticket includes, but safely. That's what we're doing right now, is making sure everyone's safe. I don't want anything bad to happen to people who love me. I don't want you guys to feel like fucking animals, like in a mob outside of 15,000 people. I want to make it good. And again, like, to have that crazy support from your favorite creators and to go outside and people be like, we understand. Like, I'm not Viacom. I'm not a multi-million-dollar corporation, and it is my first convention. You know, last year, Jacob Sartorius mobs and my mobs broke giant glass fucking doors at VidCon. They didn't expect that, you know? And crazy, like Logan Paul, what happened with him, they didn't expect that. Like, so many things happen. And, you know, I'm one girl, one creator who made a mission to have a fucking free event where fans are connected with their favorite creators and where their favorite creators feel at home and welcome, whether they're small or whether they're big. And today we executed that for the first time as best as possible, but we didn't know 15,000 people were going to show up outside. So now it's just kind of like, find a venue that houses as many people as we can, as safe as we can, because I care about you guys. And again, every person who spent money on a ticket, we are doing everything to make sure that you get that value and that you get to meet me, that you get to meet all of the creators that you want to meet on the lineup and all that kind of stuff. And if that were to not happen, I would be so fine personally, out of pocket, refunding every VIP and their flights and their hotels or whatever. But I don't think that it's at that situation. I think that Twitter drama is making it that way. everything is going to be fixed and better because now we're looking at places that house all of the people who want to be able to go for free. So yes, there are several venues that are ready. It's just like, everyone is saying like, don't apologize, it's not in your control. And you're right, there's nothing I can do when 15,000 people show up. But I want to be prepared for everything, so I'm sorry that there's even like a bump in the road. And I'm letting you know what's happening. And again, VidCon is a multi-million-dollar corporation who's done this 10 years in a row, and I am a girl who didn't think she was having a convention a month ago and never in a million years thought I would even sell 1,000 tickets, let alone have 15,000 people show up and that many ticketed people. But I'm not saying that in the sense of an excuse for the 5,000 people who bought tickets. If you bought a ticket, you should get what the fucking ticket encompasses. I already want to send like every person who bought a ticket their ticket's worth in merch and more and all that kind of stuff. Like, I know that I can make this absolutely great. Like, we were, and I just want to clarify, everyone who paid was being let in first. That just got halted when a mob of 15,000 people are showing up, A, with fake tickets and pretending like they paid, or B, just straight up hopping the barriers and getting in front of all these people trying to rush inside. Like, that, when that happens, the line of people to get in has to be stopped to make sure that everyone is safe and creators are safe and no one's getting inside with weapons and all that kind of stuff. And that's what had to happen. You know, it takes a crazy amount of like police and all that kind of stuff to stop 15,000 people from getting into something that's free, you know? And so now what's crazy to me too is, again, like I said, I'm the face of my own event. So if anything goes wrong in any second, I'm going to take instant backlash. And everyone's like, so what are you going to do? Are you upset or whatever? I'm going to do everything I can as a person to make it as good as I can and make sure creators are never treated the way I was created and that fans get an awesome free experience instead of paying hundreds of lines. There were also paying hundreds of dollars. There were also separate lines as well. There was a VIP line and a free ticket line so that everyone who paid was in and then everyone who was ticketed was in. But like I'm saying, 15,000 people rushed that. So what do? You go safe as possible, you know? And that's all I can do. I want everyone to be safe. That's my number one priority at the end of the day. And after that, my number one priority is making sure everyone gets exactly what they paid for, that kind of stuff, or what they came for. And for the most part, we did our best of doing that, but obviously there were some people who weren't let in because of the mob. And if you got a ticket and you were still in line, and if you got a ticket and you were still waiting in line and that was being held up because of the riot, I want to personally apologize to you and make sure you get everything that your ticket encompasses, and that's going to happen. And if for some reason it didn't, I'm straight up saying I will pay for anyone's ticket, anyone's flights, anyone's whatever, send them merch, fix it, do another free show, fix it, all that kind of stuff. But I don't see it going there. I think everything is going to be amazing, and I don't want to treat this like it's like this amazing situation because it's crazy, but I just want to say the fact that enough people love me and believe in me and believed in my like dream, I guess, to have a free event where what the industry should be about and what I've always dreamt of is awesome. The 15,000 people came and believing in me, especially when my rival event had 18,000 people, is mind-blowing. And so now we are doing everything that we can. So if we have a second menu, the second that that's out, which would be within the next like hour or so, I would be tweeting that and we'd have a free show go on. And then tomorrow, everything looks like it's going to be completely fine. So, yeah, I will be doing everything that I can, as will she.
Hi.
We love you guys, and I'm going to stay answering questions on Twitter, and I obviously see people asking questions, hard-hitting questions, all that kind of stuff, and I try to answer all of them. But I also in here see so many people sending me so much love and believing in me and saying, like, we get it. Like, what do you fucking do when there's 15,000 people showing up? And thank you for understanding that because it's crazy. It's mind-blowing. And so, yeah, I love you guys, and we will be back with all kinds of crazy updates. And thank you for believing in my dream.
As some of you may have noticed during the live, James Charles commented, "Admit it's a fucking mess and move on." The next day being Saturday, June 23rd, James took to Twitter to express his frustration with respect to the event. In response to someone suggesting that he messaged Tana privately to offer advice, he said, "You stans are so delusional, it's crazy. I was part of the original meeting for planning TanaCon where she asked me to be part of it. I said yes, but she ran without me. I told her not to do half of the exact thing she did yesterday yesterday and she didn't listen as usual and things went to shit. I've tried to make our friendship work for months, but she has no respect for other people's time and I can't believe you guys can't fucking recognize that. I do believe Tana had good intentions for this convention, but her ego got in the way of kids' safety, which is why I was angry. For you guys that flew out to see her and other creators that now missed out because she was too focused having a petty party to spite VidCon and didn't take the time to fully plan a safe and organized convention, which by the way takes years and millions of dollars. I called her yesterday and gave her every last piece of advice I could to save this convention and her reputation, and again, she isn't listening. A true friend will call you out when you're in the wrong. I thanked her for what she's done for me and ended our friendship. Don't speak on a situation you know nothing about, Lakin. I'm literally the best kind of friend she could ask for. Rather than everyone who was yelling in her ear yesterday, fuck VidCon, let's make this lit and let's shut this city down. Open your fucking eyes. The person commented back to James essentially saying that he didn't have to be rude on her IG live, to which he responded saying, "You're right, I didn't, and I apologize to her for that, but you know what? It was the only thing that triggered her to actually call me back yesterday after months of short conversation, and I was able to speak my truth to her and give her my last pieces of advice. It was worth it." In a separate tweet, he said, "A true friend will always call you out when you're wrong, no matter how much it hurts." Elijah Daniel quote tweeted James's tweet and said, "Yeah, you're right, a real friend will call you out for what you did wrong, not subtweet you." This tweet has since been deleted. As for day 2 of the event, my understanding is that at 5:20 a.m. on Saturday morning, Good Times tweeted out a statement advising that TanaCon had officially been cancelled and that another announcement would follow at 1:30 p.m. However, that announcement was never made. According to the people I spoke to at around 8 p.m. on what was supposed to be day 2 of the event, Good Times representatives arranged a secret meet and greet where Tana came out and personally apologized to everyone, took pictures, and took her time to speak with every single person that was there before leaving to attend her birthday party.
To be better, I don't want to back down. I feel like if I quit right now, I cancel it and I never did it again, that would let every single big corporation and all that kind of shit win. That would show all of you guys that you should give up on shit when shit goes wrong. And I want to keep fighting for the small creators and fighting for the fans to get what the fuck they want. But I'm very sorry it didn't work out. I didn't know that many people wanted to come to this one. So love you.
We're snapping.
Personal refunds on the check. I love you.
Now, one of the main attractions TanaCon had to offer was that it would be Shane Dawson's first attendance at a convention in years. Needless to say, when everything fell through, his fans were super disappointed. On Friday night, he took to Twitter to say, "I think TanaCon had good intentions and I think Tana's big heart was in the right place, but I guess a convention just can't be thrown in a month. It's not realistic. I genuinely support at Tana Mojo for trying something like this, but at this point, I don't think it's safe. I wasn't involved in the planning of the con, so I have no idea what their plan is next, but I do know that if you came to see me, I will do my best to make it up to you somehow. I promise, and I know Tana just wants you happy as well. It's been a hard day for everyone involved." The next day being Saturday, Shane tweeted, "Just found out TanaCon has been cancelled. I'm so sorry to anyone that came out here to see me. It wasn't my event, and if it was, it would have been run differently. I'm heartbroken looking at the photos of people waiting all day in the sun getting burnt. I don't blame Tana, but I do have serious questions for the people that organized the event. Overselling tickets, not having enough water, and letting people burn, not okay. And even though it's not my event, I promise I'll make it up to you. I'm so sorry." From what I gather, Shane worked absolutely tirelessly, both behind the scenes and in making sure his fans were taken care of, even going so far as to offer refunds out of his own pocket if Good Times didn't rectify the situation themselves. When Good Times sent out the announcement that TanaCon was cancelled and offered an email address if anyone had questions or concerns with respect to same, he was the one who stood up and told them to do the legwork themselves and to refund every single person that spent money on the event, in addition to sending out personalized signed photos of Tana. Finally, at 10 p.m. on Saturday night, Tana made a statement via Twitter. She wrote, "Hi guys, I'm so sorry it's taken so long for me to tweet these tweets. I've been thinking, working. I didn't want to say dumb shit. I'm fucking nervous, but hi, I love you. And I'm an idiot, and I'm sorry. My intentions with TanaCon were incredibly pure, and I thought that I had everything on lock. I was told a lot that didn't end end up happening, I was truly under the impression that we were selling to capacity and took it as far as speaking with several people very high up at Marriott. But to be real, I didn't expect so many people to show up outside, which in hindsight was dumb as fuck. It was the same day as VidCon and I should have prepared better. Regardless of if people were telling me different, TanaCon is attached to me and I take full responsibility. I'm so grateful that the beginning of TanaCon was incredible inside, inclusivity, people meeting their faves, etc. But that doesn't excuse what was happening outside, which is why we shut it down. I am heartbroken to have postponed today, however, I would have been more heartbroken if I let that security mess continue. Thank you to everyone who supported me in my movement of the creators having a voice and meeting your faves for free, but I truly apologize for not executing it better. Planning a convention for the first time in a few months was the most impulsive thing I've ever done, but I don't want to give up and I'm not negating anything I said previously. I want to make change and I'm going to continue to work my ass off to do it. I refuse to give up on this, but I still will be held accountable and take full blame. This taught me so fucking much and I know that I will be doing things much differently in the future. I can't wait to do something for fans for free in a fucking arena with 17 times the security and a different, better approach at ticket sales, lines, etc. We are now preparing for any response. I want to take this time to continue to learn. Refunds will be issued even if I write the check out of my own pocket. Merch will be sent to ticket buyers. If anyone traveled far, feel free to email tanamojoyt@gmail.com to discuss compensation from me personally. But this isn't it. It's a horrible bump in the road that I take full blame for. It's still so important for us creators to continue using our voice and platform and giving our fans what they deserve. I love you. Thanks for loving me enough for that many of you to show up. But I'm not going to sugarcoat that and be like, oh my god, I'm so blessed because I could have been better prepared. I've never felt like this in my life. So heartbroken, but also feeling so much love. Thank you for hearing me out. I love you guys. In regards to Shane and James, she went on to say, and straight up, I want to thank Shane and James for being so real with me and being the only people to tell me that canceling and working towards something better would be much smarter than choosing my pride and shit being unsafe. They kept it real as fuck with me and I love them. As for James and Tana's friendship status, that remains unclear. I did speak to James at the time of his tweets and he did confirm that he and Tana were no longer friends. However, that could have changed after this tweet. I will say that I think that a tremendous amount of pressure was placed on the creators scheduled to make appearances due to Tana and or Good Times really dropping the ball here. Suddenly everything becomes their problem when the safety of their fans is put in jeopardy due to Tana and or Good Times' failure to provide a safe environment. This goes way beyond refunds. This was a major safety hazard which could have potentially ended up a lot worse. 5 hours in the sun with no food, water, or washrooms is inhumane. Kids could have been trampled over while rushing to see Tana. People die from being trampled on. Do I think Tana's to blame? No. To be honest, I blame the organizers of the event, which I assume to be Good Times, for even entertaining an idea like this in such a short amount of time. Like, how did this get past an idea and put into production? I have no idea. I think the important thing here is that, to my knowledge, no one was hurt. As far as refunds, Good Times just announced via Twitter that you can go to goodtimes.live/claim to put in your claim for one.